Hi, I'm Chloe, and I'm going to talk about the book Hatchet by Gary Paulson. This book falls under wilderness and survival novels. This book is also fiction and a young adult book. An interesting fact, Gary has written over 200 books. So, I'm going to give you like a brief summary of this book. In the story, a young man named Brian Robertson, who is 13 years old. Brian is on his way to see his father in Canada for the summer. Recently, his parents have divorced, but suddenly, while on the plane, the 60-year-old pilot shows signs of a heart attack and dies right in front of Brian. In a panic, Brian uses what he remembers about flying and what the pilot taught him. He flies the plane and tries to use the radio, but it's no use, and the plane starts running out of gas. He crashes the plane in a pond in Canadian wilderness. He escapes the plane alive, but is far from not being injured. Throughout his time in the woods, Brian uses the hatchet his mother gave him and his skills of survival. If I say any more, I would be giving away the whole end of the book, so that's it. I felt the author's tone was kind of distracted with the overwhelming theme of divorce and what it was doing to Brian. Gary Paulson makes the thoughts of divorce continue to resurface when reading, so you can't forget. The mood of the writing is secretive with the divorce and many times, but never really explaining what it means other than the divorce of his parents. Another mood is fear. Brian has many run-ins with near-death experiences throughout the book. I like the book. It was very thrilling. I love the part of the book where he's about to crash the plane and he's calling out on the radio for help. And it builds up a lot of anxiety and in me. And the way the author writes out Brian's thoughts when it's crashing makes you feel like you are him. If you like survival and wilderness books, you would enjoy this novel. This book reminds me of Where the Red Fern Grows. That's because this book and The Red Fern Grows are like coming-of-age novels with two boys as the main characters. And both of the boys spend the summer in the woods, like doing wilderness-type things. But, I mean, they aren't the same exact circumstances. Brian is living in the present day, and the other one is not. And the other boy lives in the woods, and Brian has been forced to survive in the woods. So that's all.